Cystic fibrosis is an inherited chronic disease that affects the lungs and digestive system of about 30,000 children and adults in the United States.
CF affects 70,000 people worldwide.
Cystic fibrosis clogs the lungs and leads to life-threatening lung infections.
It stops natural enzymes from helping the body break down
And absorb food and obstructs the pancreas.
It's gonna take forever.
How has it been?
Pretend you're on Oprah. Pretend you're on Oprah. Serious.
Oh, Maddie, come on. I don't know what to say.
Molly was born and didn't have a bowel movement. We thought she was full of poop. I work at the Hershey Medical Center, and my chairman was a pediatric surgeon who had to operate on her. And he told Mike and I, most likely the worst case scenario would be she would have a colostomy and she would have a bag because he would have to cut her intestines. And the surgery should only take about an hour and a half. She was in surgery about 4 hours. He called us from the OR and said, "She's fine." I said, did she need a bag? No, she didn't, but I'll be out to talk to you. And we thank God she didn't have a bag so she could go to prom without a bag. So he came to the room and talked with us, and he drew on his scrubs what he had to do. There was a bunch of sticky little
meconium
in her intestines. And we thought, wow, he took all that time to clean her poop out. But he said meconium has a 90%,
high correlation rate of having cystic fibrosis.
90% chance.
And we knew our other nephew had cystic fibrosis, so we knew right away that's what it was.
So that's when our world crashed.
So as far as Maddie, she when she was born, they do a swab test. They take a cotton swab of the mouth, and then it takes like approximately a week. And the odds of Maddie having CF2, it's every kid's the same. It's 1 in 4. So then like a week later, we got the call that she had CF, and it was obviously, devastating, thinking there's only a 1 in 4 chance that she'd get it too. And after Molly, it was just really rocked us.
Maddie had it so much worse. She required several hospital stays, was on oxygen, was home on TPN. She ended up having surgery because most of her problem was reflux, and she required the Nissen surgery. So in essence, I believe if Madison was our first child, we would have never tried for a second.
Molly and Maddie deserve a lot of credit for what they go through. It's like some people think it's just an easy, normal thing, but what they go through is incredible.
Yeah. I thought it would get easier when they became older and could do it themselves. But as they got older and could do it themselves, they have the choice of, not doing their treatments and not taking their pills. And I believe Mike and I devoted 16, 18 years of our past life to them, to keeping them well as themselves. It wasn't a choice for Molly at 6 years old not to take her enzymes with a milkshake after school, because I had them and I gave them to her. Now Molly has a choice, and she's making the right choices, as well as Maddie.
Molly and Maddy Palmer's daily routine isn't like any other teenagers.
Well, I wake up in the morning, feeling like P. Diddy.
These are our inhalers. We do them 2 to 3 times a day, 2 puffs of each inhaler. Just we do that. 2 of these, 2 of these. And this is the vest. Pink, my favorite color. You just snap the buckles. And then you turn it on, and these tubes blow air out of them. You put them in the little hole. And the vest inflates. And then you have to set your time and what speed you're gonna do and the pressure of the vest. When it starts, we do the low speed for 10 minutes. And then when it runs out, we put it on the higher speed for 10 more minutes. And we love to talk when we do it because everybody thinks it's so funny.
Get up 30 minutes earlier to do my therapies, which are a 30-minute vest, and plus I'm on this other medicine now because I'm sick. Take about 35 pills a day. These are what we take with meals. I take 3 with meals and then 1 to 2 with snacks. So it's about 12, 15, depending on how much you eat a day of those pills, and then shot it. And then I take, now I'm on steroids to loosen up my lungs and get them out because I had the flu in January and I'm still not over it. And I have another medicine I'm on because I'm sick, which is, I don't know what it's called, but it's another medicine I take twice a day. And then our pill cabinet is here. And we take allergy, reflux, another antibiotic, another reflux, vitamins, we take 3 or 4 a day, another reflux, and that's it.
When we go to the doctors, they want to see us every 3 months, which can take a lot of time away from school or work or just, us trying to have fun. And when we go in, we go in and we do our lung function, and that can be nerve-wracking because sometimes we think we're doing great and it could be really low, and sometimes we think we're sick and our lung function's going to be low, but it's surprisingly high. And after we do that, we go and meet with the doctor.
When I get a common cold, I cough more and it's harder to breathe. More therapies and have to go to the doctors are the way to get antibiotics because I won't get over a cold unless I have extra medicines and treatments to make me well again. And they usually take like a month to get over rather than like a week for a normal person. Some people don't realize how good they have it, and they don't realize that a lot of people have it worse, and they think a little problem of theirs is like such a big problem. And people just take so much for granted.
She was just so fun, just so like me, just so loves to have fun and crazy, and that was honestly the last thing that would have crossed my mind. I had a basic idea just because a teacher in my high school had it, but I didn't know like the severity of it or how serious it can be, and I didn't know all the details about it. Molly and I talk all the time, every day on the phone and stuff, and if we don't see each other, and sometimes, I know her like the back of my hand, so whether or not she tells me she has a bad day, I can tell, and I just, do my best to cheer up and just tell her that everything's going to be okay, and, that I'm there for her no matter what, and just try to be the best of friend I could be to her. Once I met Molly, it was like everything you just realize that you take so many things for granted, and it's like I'm so thankful that I met her. I would just say that I strongly, truly admire Molly and Maddy because even through the toughest of times that they've had and they've gone through, they always have a smile on their face. They always can see the positive, and it makes you just kind of stop and think. And about how, the little things really, they don't matter. They really don't.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, take action.
Come on. If you have a lot of congestion in your lungs, then it's harder at first, but after going and sticking with it, it will definitely help you in the long run.
I was a member of the lacrosse team freshman and sophomore year. I participate in Four Diamonds Club, Spanish Club, and FCA. And then next year, which is my senior year, I plan on running cross country to just do some sort of physical activity.
It's been a couple years now since she's been in the hospital. Last time was my 16th birthday. She had to go. So that was, I don't know, it kind of sucked because it was supposed to be fun, but then I felt bad. She was going through so much. She didn't want to have to deal with that, and I knew she felt bad being sick over my birthday because we planned a trip to go down the shore with like 5 friends, and I don't think she felt guilty, but I don't know.
Just like any other siblings, Molly and Maddy have each other's back through thick and thin.
Motivate each other because she's so goofy and she's always laughing, so that just lightens up everything. Helps me. I know when I'm having a bad day because just like look at her. Like,
Oh yeah, same for me.
that's exactly what I mean. She's just very goofy. She thinks.
They all think.
Not seriously.
This boy after first, and Sarah's like, "Rrr."
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and they're going to prom together.
No, I'm not going to prom.
Neither. So when it asked us, we're free.
We did group projects once, on like a how-to, and she did how to use her vest. So like that's when I like found out in class. To watch somebody who goes through more, like physically and mentally, just to like learn, like how to deal with situations.
The first time we met Molly and Maddy, we never suspected anything was wrong.
They're so full of life and love to have fun, just like any other teenage girls.
We do our best not to live in a bubble and give them a normal life, but it's not a normal life. And on the outside, yeah, we're a fun family. We do lots of things, but on the inside, it's tough.
Maddy and I did do research studies at the Hershey Medical Center. I just got done with one. I was one of 10 people in the nation to do it. It was in phase 2, and it was a very long study. It went over December till March, and you went every week. Some visits were 3 hours. I had 2 visits where I went 13 hours during the day, wake up at 7, and it was not till 9 or 10 that we were finished. But without a doubt, I know I wouldn't do the studies if it wasn't for our 2 research nurses. They're just so understanding, and it's when we go there, it's like, not like we're with our doctor, it's like we're with a friend. So they definitely make it worth doing that. And I think knowing that Maddy and I wouldn't do the studies, we'd never get anywhere. The money can do so much, but you need the patients too.
If it wasn't for patients participating, no new drugs would get approved because you have to test them and make sure they work. So donations is just part of it, and then you actually have to make the drugs, research it, and make sure they work on the patients.
Every year, Team Molly and Maddy have a Great Strides Walk in Hummelstown, PA.
What, in the last 10, no, maybe 8 years, we just started participating in the Great Strides Walk. I mean, it was like Mike and I went to the first one, and we didn't bring Molly or Maddy. We kind of walked away, and then they announced that we were the top, fundraiser. And then we thought, damn, we're going to wear these CF t-shirts everywhere we go. We want to raise awareness. And look, if you fight, if you are compliant, you can turn into a Molly and Maddy.
We definitely raised more and more money over the years. We started out raising a couple $1,000, went up to $10,000, and before we knew it, we were raising $30,000. Last year, we raised a little over $37,000, and we would never be able to do it if it wasn't for family and friends. Not only their money donations, but their time. It means a lot when people come out and come down to the walk and show that they're there for us.
started raising more and more money. Families got involved, friends got involved. So probably for the past 5 years, we've raised at least $30,000 a year. I think last year we raised $39,000, top in central Pennsylvania. And I think what's more amazing is just like Molly and Maddie's friends, we go on vacation, they meet somebody from Cleveland, talk to them, they send money. I think it's just unbelievable how people reach out, and then they network with their friends. And it's unbelievable how supportive people have been the last few years.
I mean, she saw us to have fun and just live with no worries because, I don't know, it's just...
And to never give up.
The predicted median age of survival for a person with CF is in the late 30s.
To make donations and find out more about the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, log on to www.cff.org.
Help Molly and Maddie and people affected by cystic fibrosis worldwide, and help keep adding tomorrows every day.
There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna